Good evening, good evening, good evening. Make sure I'm on live. Good evening, good evening. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Look, welcome to another evening of The African Speaks, where our whole main focus is the rise of the African. Hoping you get more and more focused on, fine tuned on, locked in the African in you. What God put in you. That's what we're looking for. What God put in you, having it come out. Why is it? Why do you call it the African? Because that's exactly what you are. You're not Black American. You're African American. Some of us are more American in our African experience. I'm more African in my American experience. You feel me? And so I'm more. I'm trying to become even more and more African in my American experience. You have brilliant. Was it African Brazilians, right? Because we all come from Africa. We got was it Black Cubans, African Cubans, Afro Cubanos. So we African Americans. This is the rise of the African, and we trying to pull out the African in you. Yes, this is our social media Pan African movement where we are connecting Black people all over the diaspora under the one umbrella. We're moving towards the liberation of our people, the upliftment of our people. Not where we got to get up and go somewhere, but wherever we at, we are building counter institutions so that we can have full power of the things that govern our lives. The rise of the African, get to know who you are in terms of how the creator planned you to be, his grand design for who you are. That's what this is. And so welcome, welcome, welcome to another evening of The African Speaks. I might get some where it go, The African speaks. I'm gonna get me a sound box, little mixer. It's coming. Where I can sit down and do reverbs and stuff on recorded sounds and drum beats and takes. That's a whole different level, y'all. You know, I always up the game. I'm always in the process of upping the live stream game. And so, we got some things coming. We got some things that we've been working on. And so we're going to do what we can do. And so, again, welcome again. And we always welcome you. And we ask you that if you're watching us via Facebook, please wait. Let me click it. Hit the like button, comment and share. Like, comment and share. This is how we 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 move around the world. And I appreciate all of those who have been like, commenting, and sharing on the live streams. We are still continuing trying to grow. We got some things planned. We're going to unleash the things as school comes around. I'm buckling down even more to make sure that we have a fall fallout. The fall fallout, we might call that. All right. So we're doing new and big things. Uh-oh, that my man Ubai. One love, Ubai. How you doing? What's good? Yo, man, I gotta get you up here. We gotta have a conversation. You know what I mean? Let's have a dialogue. Let's kick it. Let's get baby girl up in here. You know how she got nothing but personality, bro. Okay, the fall fallout. There should be a little Ubai show with the fall fallout. That's right. I'm gonna do that now as the rise of the African. If you parents, if you got kids who are seeking to be a part of or want to grow in or have an experience via YouTube and you want it to be shaped around and organized around something that other kids can buy into, connect to, and something that feeds in their desires, as long as we're focused on the rise of the African within them children, let's go. Let's go. So Ubai, you got the challenge. Challenge go out to you and anybody else at the sound of my voice. Let's get it. Um, and so we always ask you to tune in. And if you're watching us via YouTube, yep, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, because anytime that we go live, we want you to make sure that you're there. Why? Because again, I'm shifting gears. I'm shifting gears. I'm shifting gears. I'm revving up to jump on this fall unit. You think me doing these five? I want to try to add, man, at least four more. If I can't add another five shows. But the thing is, I'll be producing the shows. I won't necessarily have to be in the shows, right? Now I'm in, if I do them, I'm doing all the shows. But I'm willing to just, have Boulevard ATL, which is the LLC that, I have, runs the company, right? Even World of Akibaland does it, or Boulevard ATL do it. Now, if you have a business and you want us to help you, yeah, I can be for hire for a particular price. One love, one love. So this is how we do. This is how we do. And so wait, I got something that I'm doing. I can't let that go out. I gotta over here. Please don't go out yet because I'm about to show you. Maybe when I hit play, it'll do it. So anyway, today I'm always talking about the rise of the African, and we were talking about uh power, right? We were talking about the black power potential. Where's that at? Do I have that up here? Oh man, it's not in here. Well, usually there's something that pops up, and we're always discussing here. Let me switch to my screen. And we're always talking about the black power potential, right? The black power potential here is and it's talking when we discuss the black power potential, we're talking about the things in our community that we are on the brink of experiencing in terms of the black power potential. The things within our community that we are on the brink of experiencing. If we can take our time, you know, wow, why is not my black power potential clip is not up here? Well, we're gonna sit down and act like we're not upset that it's not here, but because it's not. So we're gonna keep on moving. So when we're talking about potential energy, now potential energy it's a whole equation for potential. It's a whole different equation when you're dealing with black power potential, and it's potential energy, energy that has not been manifested yet, right? Okay, fiend. Hope y'all hope. Hey, okay. I'm about to see. Wait. You talking about hope to see y'all at the Garvey Festival, August 20th, 2021. Now, see, K Fiend, I don't ever get heads up on what's going on, and you know some of these events need to be live streamed. Some of these events need to have somebody walking around talking about it, but I don't ever get hit up on that. But we always do it. And you know I'm portable. So as we talk about the black power potential, we're doing all these festivals, but nobody can see the festival so that we can't, oh, next festival coming up. It's on the African Speaks. We getting it out there. They see it out there. It's live. People come out. We have to start unifying again black power potential. The potential is energy that has not even moved yet. And so when you have an opportunity to be great, woo, that is going to be the gravitational pull of your desire to manifest that situation. The mass is the responsibility, the weight of the responsibility. The gravitational pull is that need for it to happen. And the height is where we can go, which is infinite. So how much when we're dealing with black power potential and the potential energy, where can we go? And it's ironic that we have K Fiend up in here talking about he hoped that we wait, August 20th, right? He's hoping that we see here. Well, today's conversation is talking about my experience in my Garvey prep. August is up and coming. It's right around the corner, and I'm preparing for August. My church prepares for August. Why? Because our whole foundation of a community is really on top of being Afrocentric in our spiritual awareness, deeply Afrocentric, where we're taking Christianity back to its historical context of a Christian culture, a Christian people, and a Christian theology. Now, African culture, African people, and African theology. Woo. A liberation theology. That's a whole different perspective than what everybody else has. And so when we come around to August, we always prep for Garvey, because this is that moment. It's the honoring Marcus Mosiah. This is the brother who gave us the vision to be able to be a people. What? Creating the most largest organization, black organization around the planet. So I'm in the prep for this now. Oh man, and I'm missing some of the slides because as I think, and we'll go back to it. But anyway, in that prep for Marcus Garvey, let me switch to this thing. I'm having a whole different experience. I am prepping for Marcus Garvey right here now. Even though I have the next 5 sermons for Akiba Land's Inspirational Sunday all mapped out, I am actually preaching August 7th. To start off Marcus Garvey month at the PAOCC. Yes, they're asking the brother to come back to the pulpit, and I am going to be the minister that launches off the series, the Marcus Garvey series. Yes, it's in the theme for August 7th is One God. Woo! I'm sitting here going in, and so now why I'm going so crazy about this at this particular stage, not just because I'm preaching on August 7th, right? But I had started a series some time ago on World of Akiba and Inspirational Sundays. And this particular inspirational Sunday was, or the theme, if you've been there. Oh, see, I need to have these prepped up. So it's talking about the steam of God, right? Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. But it's talking about, so we live again. So while I was sitting here and I was working out, what am I going to talk about? Because I was so excited about putting together this Marcus Garvey thing, I said, you know what? I'm just going to share my excitement of what I'm actually creating. And right now, what I'm creating is the thing for my theme for Marcus Garvey, right? And so we're gonna do this. And I said, wait, let's go back. And so we're gonna pull this information out here, and I'm gonna share with you, and I'm gonna show with you, because a lot of times my classes they connect. Meaning that if you watch African history, African spirituality, you watch Afro Stream the news. If you happen to watch, and if I miss those days because I've been digging, I gotta find time. A lot of people say, "How do you produce what you do?" I said, "Man, I gotta stay connected." And a lot of times because of COVID, we don't get to be around each other. So my process to stay connected to the Creator is grueling. Grueling. People do not understand what I go through to stay connected to produce the things I produce. One, and I straight up, and I'm not afraid. Very little support. What? Very little support. I do what I do, right? And so I can't help it now, and I'm working on this slide. So, but recently I sat down, and so I will go into a phase where I'm meditating. And I had, wow. I don't know if I'm gonna tell y'all this. So my spiritual guide and advisor, as I was, had a divination, and he was like, "It's time for you to call on Marcus Mosiah Garvey." I said, "Well, he comes in my rooms every now and then. I get to I speak out, and he's been to visit me twice in my life. Real talk. He's been to visit me twice in my life, and now he's saying, no, it's time for you to call your ancestors and have them be a part of what you're building, because what you have coming is extremely big." And I sat down and I said, it is, and I'm trying to launch it in August, which is his month. And so 365 days from launching the market, my program and Marcus Garvey, hoping that next year it'll be the manifestation of what I have. And so he said, it's time for you to have him in the room. So then I did my meditation and prayer, and I don't want to tell y'all what happened. I might share that on another day. But he came through the room yet again. And this time it was more powerful than the first time he came through the room. Right. So anyway, but in that space, I've been working on this particular feed, and this is why it all comes together, and why I'm so excited about my Marcus Garvey month prep. So in the prep, these are the series. This is the series that I'm working on for the next 4 weeks, because we already had week one, and it's a 5-part series. And it is the steam of God. It might take 6 weeks to do it because I'm preaching on Sunday, August 7th. So you're not going to get the Keebaland sermon for this. Now, I can probably work it in there. No, I ain't going to. No, because if I'm doing one God, it's not going to work in these series, right? So I'm in my head is moving like this. It's real fast. So to be able to produce 5 classes, keep the content, keep it rolling, and it's a lot. So I've been working on this particular series, God's Steam. We are God's science. We are God's technology. We're God's engineering. We're God's art and our agriculture. We are agriculture to God. Why? Because God plants seeds in us. We are the seed that God planted on the earth, and He waters us, and we expect it to grow, bear fruit, and give harvest. Wait till y'all get to that when I'm teaching that one to the kids. It's for the adults too. Don't play with me, and don't steal my. Y'all better not be talking about. If y'all see somebody talking about God's steam, they stole it from African Speaks. And then we are God's mathematics. And so when I'm creating this and I'm teaching this, I could tell I'm smiling different, because wasn't an awareness that was given to me as a child. This wasn't awareness that, even this, with this particular awareness, this is not a particular science that was even taught to me in my community. We don't talk like this. This metaphysics. We don't. It's just an angle that was given to me that said, nobody's giving me this. This is coming straight from divine inspiration, because I ain't heard this before. And then it made complete sense with all the years of me teaching. The word that is in me is continue to manifest. And so in this space while I'm teaching this, I sat down and said, wow, this is blending in what my Garvey moment is. Right. And so let me drop this real quick. so that y'all can understand. It's not going to be a sound. I want it to go. And so hopefully I can put this on loop, right? Is it on loop? Is it moving yet? If it moves, there we go. All right, because I wanted to move. You're not going to hear anything. And what this is understanding what Garvey did and what Garvey was trying to do, and why I'm so excited. In this man's journey, he is trying to he went around the globe, man, giving black people a level of self-esteem that the world was not even, you couldn't get anywhere else. Where the world didn't mask the fact that we were second class citizens, you knew it. And so coming in today's world, I'm finding out that it's harder to deal with black folk when it comes to building something, because they're masking it a lot easier. Everybody now is all, I want to retire. My kids are grown. I'm out the house. All the individuals who are supposed to be moved into position to take leadership roles, all they care about is traveling and having fun. Once their kid turn 18 and they're going to college, there is no energy to build. And then what we're teaching our kids is not to build a world for themselves. It's get a great job, get a good position, to work in a system that's not beneficial to us. We're not splitting two. That's why if and I said this is a real short one. Go back. Okay, it was a short one. So that's why I was saying we don't want to we ourselves as a people don't want to teach our kids to build something different, something new, something great that is for us. Having a black Wall Street is nice, but if you don't have a black nation to have a black Wall Street in, we still paying taxes to another government that is not ours. The concept of a nation within a nation, we don't have to go back anywhere nowadays. With cryptocurrency, we can build, we can have our own banking system, right? And that's real. Oh, what crypto? We don't have to use Bitcoin. We can create our own. I did a whole class and conversation on that. I'm gonna see if I can find it and do it as a replay, because it was some important information given on that note. And we had a lot of good questions, a lot of good dialogue. But again, it takes black folk to move. So I'm exceptionally excited because of how this thing is dropping for me. The new revelations in the process of who we are as God's people, who we are as beings on this planet. And so when I listen to my concept of being the steam of God, understanding that my makeup as a person, as an entity, as a just as a being, a man of African descent. Um, it makes me smile when I'm teaching these classes of being. I am God's science. I am God's technology. I am God's engineering. I'm his artwork. When y'all sitting there talking about melanin popping, when it's internalized, we produce something that we have the potential energy to produce something that will blow the world's mind. Mm. And so I'm geeked up because I cannot wait till it comes. Because in this space of understanding, and that was the thing, Marcus Garvey understood black reality, but he was able to at the same time, he was I'm trying to get this clip to go back. Why you treat me like this? There we go. Nope, we don't want that. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna put the documentary on. There we go. Okay. Let's see if we can put the documentary on. Here we go. Again, right. So there's no sound. Right? It should be no sound. Yep. Good. And so looking through Marcus Garvey's life, looking through it, and then understanding what I'm teaching and understanding how to be a part of a continuation of what Garvey is doing, right? And I say doing because Garvey said when he died, he's still at work. He was one of the first individuals on the planet that I know of who didn't talk about death as a means of an ending, but a beginning to a new fight. Now, we as a community didn't discuss Garvey in that nature or living in it as a new fight. We didn't deal with that. We gave toast to our ancestors, right? But taking on the concept of creating ritual for our ancestors, behalf of our ancestors, to bring them in on to bear. We always honored our ancestors, but it's a little bit different. This is the Marcus Garvey documentary. If y'all haven't seen it, so if y'all take the time, watch it. One love. Hey, Christy. And so, deeply important. This has moved me. So now I'm sitting here saying I'm so excited about this is because now I see me different. People always asking, how are you able to do the things you do? And then you always ask, how could Garvey do what Garvey did? It was simply because of how Garvey saw. Ooh, wait. He saw our people in God. And so it's not just about culture and history. The fact that we were just the first people that God put together on earth. It's more than that when you break this down by our genealogy and our genetics. And you see the engineering and you see how God created the universe and how the universal elements are inside us. And so all Garvey was saying at that time was if God created mankind, every man should be able to have the same fight. And he was saying that to a people who was worse off than us. And that's real. And he's saying it in a space, in a world where he had less technology. Yeah, he had to travel by boat. They had to travel by train. Long, slow train. One of them crank up cars. You feel me? Life was rougher back then. It was a different experience back then. And so now we have where we have the internet, and we always talked about the connection to the internet, where we have the internet and we have more access to information than ever. I'm going to talk about that come August 7th. I'm going to talk about that. Uh-oh. Eva Ladybug, what's going on? How you doing? I'm saying hello to everybody that's tuning in. One love that you tune in because it's coming. I don't know if y'all get excited for Garvey month the way y'all get excited for Christmas, the way y'all get us excited for Easter or your birthday. Garvey has been a saint to us. And can you imagine? Because what I'm trying to put together in the experience of the world of Akibaland for black youth the world over, woo, it's Garvey-esque. Somebody said, brother, you really looking to build something big? Yes, I am. So y'all be tuned. So I'm so excited. Why? Because Garvey kept in front of him in those experiences. When you sit down and you start realizing who you are, this becomes an issue that you ain't got to deal with. You understand the answers to what is needed when we are dealing with black reality. You understand that breaking it is definitely a life's work. And look at it, that's his life work, trying to break mental slavery in the 1920s. And I can't talk about too many churches other than mine who talks about breaking mental slavery. Believing in a savior does not break your mental slavery, especially if you got all your information from your slave master themselves. Sorry, that religion ain't working that way. And so that's a different story. And then, wait, you deal with the magnitude. When we gonna start looking at Garvey, I'm so excited now. Why? Because we have an opportunity to meet Garvey's numbers. He had 6 million people. Wait a minute. There's 83 million, 82 million in Brazil. There's 46 million in the United States. 11 million in Haiti. Look at Mexico at 6 million. Shoot. Garvey had the whole country of Mexico. And so I'm super, super excited with all the things that I've been doing. You know what I mean? This becomes real small when you start dealing with the issue of what Garvey was doing. It's a whole different planet. Look at it, and so we don't have the train. We don't have to travel the way they traveled, as slow as those trains do, because we got super fast trains. We got a cell phone and data. We got 5G. And so it's different. And so my excitement about what's happening in developing Garvey month for the rise of the African is a little bit. Look at that thing. You know what I mean? People would run behind the train like, "Oh, I can catch you." I don't know, half the train go. But could you imagine traveling around the country and people coming together from wall walks of earth like this? So, but now could you take the time to imagine internalizing our specialness to the creator? Truly, I'm breaking it down for the next 4 weeks, 5 weeks, because I got to preach on August 7th to start off Garvey month. And so my prep, I'm so excited, and I hope y'all see y'all there. And I hope you are excited, as we have to pick our own heroes, because we sit down and we talk about this experience, calling ourselves kings and queens without producing anything. That's one of the things that irks me. Hey king, hey queen, grand rising. Yeah, what are you producing? What group are you a part of that is building farms to feed black people? Are you building schools, medical centers? What are we doing? Buy black. So then when we buy black, how much does that money stay in our community, where it's creating, you know, restaurants that get their food from the black farmers, right? Who food is transported by the black truckers. We're talking about infrastructure. And I always argue with my church about infrastructure. Always. But can you imagine an Afrocentric infrastructure built into the nation that serves black people? Why? Because of our being, we were called and created to manifest the medicines of who we are on this planet. Who started this conversation? Boom. Nobody did it better than Marcus Garvey. So y'all prep for this Marcus Garvey month. Y'all find a Marcus Garvey parade. Y'all find a Marcus Garvey festival. You find a story to tell your children about Marcus Garvey. You find something. You sit down and listen to a Marcus Garvey speech. Prep yourself for August. On top of that, I will also be showing the Haitian Revolution of 1804. Yes, because that also happened in August. August is a powerful month for black people. It is a powerful month for black people. And so when we're going to start claiming some things, let's claim this by giving respect to this, because he was the one who said it first. Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. That was Marcus Garvey, not James Brown. Woo! Black is beautiful. Marcus Garvey, not James Brown. Y'all got to get into it. I've spoken to quite a few people, and I tell them, I said, "Well, brother, tell me a little about yourself." Yeah, I'm a Marcus Garvey type. I build. I don't just believe. I build. I don't know how not to build, and it's getting more and more into my spirit. My prayers and my meditation is to build, and I get excited when I'm doing it. And if God could bless me, and the community could bless us, we're at a point where we can live good. We can live like this and build like this. Oh, that'll change the conversation. I'm about to bring that conversation to the table in August. How can we live like this while we build like this? I'm going to show you and share it to you. And I'm looking around and realizing ain't nobody saying it, anybody talking about it, but I'm going to express it. And we're going to do it. Why? Because that's exactly what we're called to do. We're here to try to break this. Quadcentennial happened in 2019, 400 years of oppression, but it's all 400 years of resilience, 400 years of fighting, 400 years of resistance, resolution, powerful. 400 years of praise, focus, and waiting and calling on the promise. Black power potential. What happens when we eternalize our experience of who we are in God, man, there will be an excitement here for a brother like this because that spirit will be in us. There is a potential that we have to be able to unify black people all over, and we have the internet right now, and if we don't jump on this opportunity using this internet, we're going to be hurt. But I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say we're going to jump on this opportunity and we're going to grow and we're going to build. So tonight was about the African Speaks, my excitement on creating the experience for Marcus Garvey Month. Y'all be prepared. Y'all get hyped. Y'all feel excited and start looking for experiences that can charge your spirit so that you can tap into the medicine that's yours and build something. Leave something on this planet that God calls you to create and build, not something that makes you comfortable inside a society that doesn't want us. Now, of course, finances, yeah, you can't have freedom without finance. And that's straight up. You can't have it. So let's get our resources and then share our resources amongst each other so that our beyond generations can benefit. And if we can do that, then the experience of this is right around the corner. Man, it's coming so fast. And so I'm happy. I'm gonna do another ritual tonight, conversation where I'm open myself so I could hear what would the ancestors such as Garvey say to us today to get us inspired to embrace our journey to come. That is deeply important. So let us take the time to be excited for August because it's coming. Kalonji, I see you. One love, black man. Let's get ready for Garvey month and let us see the African in you rise to give honor to Marcus Garvey. And with that, can I say one love? Yeah. See, this was short, this was sweet, this was cute because still excited. And I can't wait to share my excitement and write this sermon. And if K Fiend calls me and says, brother, can you make it out to the Marcus Garvey Festival to live stream it so people around the world can see it, I'll show up. We'll see. Enjoy yourself. Prepare for August. August is more than back to school month. It's Marcus Garvey month. Let's get ready to enjoy it. Hey, Nicole, how you doing? One love.